Hi, everybody. Welcome to WCA Extra. Kicking off right around 9:16 right now. Wanted to loop in our Cam Smith here. He just did a story yesterday on the Maple Plan in Montpelier. So Cam, let's just kick it off here. Let's just run through this acronym. Obviously, aptly named. What is this? What's this stand for?
Yeah, so it's the Montpelier Action Plan for local emergency.
Yep.
And yeah, certainly a fitting name, right, for Vermont. I had kind of asked John Copans about that, and you'll hear from him in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly a comprehensive plan, and the name really sticks, I think. No
Yeah.
pun
So
intended there either.
look at you. But this comes, now 2 years after
Right.
some flooding in Montpelier, and what? Run me through some of what this plan entails. You know what I mean? Because now people are still kind of cleaning up. Things are remediated, and this is for before and after, if and when disaster strikes
Right.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw, I mean, Montpelier, Barrie, all those areas saw that devastating flooding, record flooding in 2023. And then the anniversary storm in 2024 was really devastating as well. And I think from what we heard from residents and from business owners, at least when I was down there, was they were not so fond of the communication factors through the city. And they had some issues with that. And they had said it could have been better, at least in the immediate aftermath of the event. Folks trying to go get sandbags and
Yeah.
trying to coordinate with DPW on where I can get these and what else we need to do, and they felt that the communication was lacking. So over the last several months since the 2023 storm, they have worked to really refine and adopt eventually this really comprehensive Maple plan that focuses on a community approach. So it basically sets up a bunch of different things, and it allocates who's responsible for what roles. It also gives businesses the idea of like, okay, you're going to be responsible for this, this, and this, for the public and for residents as well. There's also uh, in there to create an emergency operations center. So it says who's going to be staffing that, who's in
Yeah.
charge of opening that up, where it's going to be. There's also a communications crisis response team that is dedicated from members of the city and also other stakeholders as well in the city to be responsible for that. And then, I mean, there's so many different things.
Yeah.
I guess the only other thing to mention would be it helps to sort of coordinate where volunteers will go, and also when donations come in, which we saw 2 years in a row, just how generous and willing to give the people of Vermont are. They're bringing in all these donations that they need somebody to be able to dole out and to organize. So
Yeah.
it really sets up the framework for a more organized approach before, during, and after a flooding event or
Yeah.
any other sort of public safety emergency.
No, of course, and something like this too is a lot of moving parts. And I know that report, what was 60, 67 pages long, so there's probably
Right.
quite a bit to remember here this morning. But Cam, I know you talked to some people there as well that were affected by that, so
Right.
we'll show that in just a sec. But thanks for hopping on this morning.
Yeah, of course. I guess one thing I'll mention
Yeah.
before we play that is I didn't quite get into it in the story itself, but if folks want to go check that plan out, we do have a link with this story on our website.
Yeah.
Within that plan, there's also checklists for members of the public, residents of Montpelier, to say, okay, you need to have a go bag ready.
Yeah.
And I think the gentleman I spoke with, John Copans, had said that maybe it's something you can put next to your door to say, okay, check, check, check. I've got all these things. There's a checklist for businesses in there as well. So it really is sort of trying to bring the community who was involved in these conversations throughout its inception. So it's really trying to involve the community in the response to be ready for the next event.
No, absolutely. And again, I think those are the kind of things. Those are those little things that people say, "Oh, I'm ready." You know what I mean? I don't need that. It'll take me 5 minutes, but
You
you
don't
don't you
you
don't
don't
have that
think
time.
about the things that you
Exactly.
need or the things that you might have forgotten,
Yeah.
in the heat of the moment, is something that John had said as well. So it's better to be prepared now, before that sort of disaster strikes, for example.
No, absolutely, Cam. I think those are all obviously great tips for people out there. But yeah, we'll show that in just a sec. But I appreciate you coming on and just kind of shedding
Yeah,
some light on this.
of course.
Sweet. Thanks, Cam. Then we'll pull that up in just a sec here. Again, kind of a aptly named thing for Montpelier, especially named after maple. So let's see. We're gonna open.
Coming through town, seeing what we saw was just heartbreaking.
Catherine Devitt and her husband John have lived in the capital city for more than 40 years. For many, including Devitt, the destruction left behind by rising floodwaters is seared in their memory.
6-7 foot tall piles of stuff taken out. I mean, look across the street. Empty.
In July of 2023, and again 1 year later, water poured into the streets, destroying homes and businesses. The scars still linger.
We were flooded out pretty badly. Our entire basement, 7,500 square foot basement over on Langman Street, and then 30 inches up into the main floor.
Kip Roberts owns Onion River Outdoors. Following the floods, they moved into the city center to seek higher ground. When the waters rose, he and a group of volunteers set out to get sandbags.
It was a kind of an eerie ghost town that evening, and it seems like kind of the highly organized effort was somewhat lacking, at least communications-wise, and boots on the ground.
Since then, that feeling was echoed by residents all over the city. So through public forum and work with a consulting group, the city adopted what's been dubbed the Maple Plan.
Where does one role start and where does one role end? And really being clear about who does what in times of emergency.
The 67-page plan focuses on a community approach and outlines steps the city takes to open an emergency operations center, creates a communications crisis response team, and clarifies how volunteers and donations will be organized before, during, and after an emergency event.
The more we understand that role as a community, not just as town government, but really as a whole community, the stronger we're going to be in the long run.
You can find a link to the full plan on our website, WCAX.com. In Montpelier, Cam Smith, Channel 3 News.
Good work there from Cam. You can check that out and also see that link on our website at WCAX.com if you need some tips as well. Peter and I were just talking, actually, while that was playing, that beautiful video.
Yeah, the drone video.
Yeah. I don't know if that's new. I don't know if maybe we should keep some of that on file, of course. But yeah, it looks definitely looks recent with all the green.
Starting to green up out there. A lot of green, actually. And we've been talking about the rain showers and what that's done to the grass. Just lush green grass in a lot of places. And, well, guess what? More rain on the way here for later today. We'll show you satellite and radar right now. Rain showers out across New York, right around Lake Ontario. That is the center of the low pressure system that we've been talking about. That has been the low that has been very, very slow to go, but it's actually starting to move here a little bit here through the day today, and that's going to increase the rain shower chance through the later morning hours and into the early afternoon. So that's going to finally get moving just a bit. Temperature-wise, starting off the day in the 50s and lower 60s out there. Burlington back up to 62. We got 60 in Montpelier. We got 60 for Springfield, 62 Lebanon. Otherwise, though, generally hanging out in the mid to upper 50s, and most of us will talk daytime highs, mid to upper 60s and lower 70s here towards this afternoon. Notice that chance of rain showers increasing here late morning and early afternoon hours. It really is right through that midday time frame. By the time we get back towards this evening, for the most part, the rain shower chance is starting to recede and diminish just a bit here this evening. Tonight, your day tomorrow looking primarily dry. The one thing I will say about tomorrow is it does look rather cloudy, and the clouds probably looking to be rather stubborn here through your day on Thursday. In terms of how much rain we're talking about through the day today, not looking to be all that much. 1, 2, maybe 3/10 of an inch of new rain at most, but again, a lot of us looking at very little in terms of new rain. It does look like we get the better chance at another round of some soaking rain showers here as we head into the day Thursday night and Friday. Another low pressure system setting up off to our south. That's going to mean more rain making its arrival here, lasting through the day Friday into the first half of the day on Saturday. The good news is that low is quickly lifting off to the north and east. High pressure begins to take control of our weather as we head into the day Sunday, continues to control our weather into the start of next week. That's going to mean drier and sunnier conditions heading our way for the start of next week as well. That reflects in our rain chances here over the next several days. We got that 60% chance in place for the day today. The bulk of that rainfall again late morning, early afternoon hours. Much drier tomorrow, but again, we keep that cloud cover going into Friday and Saturday. That's when we'll again see the chance at rain showers increase, drier and sunnier here as we head towards Sunday and Monday of next week. First, though, your forecast here through the rest of the day today. A few scattered rain showers from time to time. The rain a little bit steadier here through the late morning and early afternoon hours. Daytime highs generally mid to upper 60s and lower 70s here this afternoon. Tonight, overnight lows, they'll fall back into the mid and upper 40s and lower 50s out there. A drier night out there. However, there could still maybe be a passing shower or two. Into your day tomorrow, the bulk of your day on Thursday, again, is spent primarily dry, but we are rather cloudy here for your day tomorrow as well. Temperatures in the 50s, a few lower 60s can get going potentially off to the south here tomorrow afternoon. Now look at that 7-day forecast. So again, that next batch of rain showers after today moves in Thursday night, last Friday night, probably into the first half of the day for the day on Saturday. Saturday afternoon looking better. Take a look at Mother's Day itself. Drier here for Mother's Day. Sunnier, temperatures in the 60s. And Monday and Tuesday of next week will keep that sunshine going and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s.
Eesh, Peter, I think, we keep saying like grin and bear it through this rain. It's kind of nice. Yesterday I went to the movies earlier this week. I had a great time. You can still, life still goes on.
I know.
In the rain.
Life still definitely goes on within the rain. We've definitely learned to adapt to it here recently. We've had our fair share of it, and the April rain showers continuing into the first week of May. But
and you know what we said too about this video when we first started. It's like, that's why.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's gonna be green.
We are really greening up out there.
Yeah. Absolutely, Peter. Thank you. That was Russ here on WCAX. Of course, we can come back and see us at Channel 3 News at noon. Not you. And all of our content online. So, all right. I miss you, Peter. Goodbye.